Hello, friends. Today we will discuss another very interesting topic, and that is timing of profession, timing of job. When we are talking about profession, it is a very wide and broad concept. Like what kind of profession the native may do? It is really a tough question because if we are talking about engineering, so there are a number of branches of engineering like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, instrumentation engineering, etc., robotics, so many so many branches of engineering. Like in medical, if we predict someone that you will in the medical field, then there are number of profession attached to that medical line, like a doctor, a clerk, a pathologist, a pharmacist. Okay, and this people who is working in the medical, he is also in the medical profession. So it is really very difficult to pinpoint which kind of profession a native may do. But we can do homework. Like we may collect the charts of doctor and try to find out the combination which will really give rise to a doctor. Similarly, we need to, if we want to, if you want to predict that someone going to be a teacher, so we need to see the charts of teachers. We need to make a database of around 50 to 100 charts where the profession is a teacher. Okay, but today's video we will focus when we can start a job, when there is a change in job. Okay, these are the main things that we will discuss in this video. For that, we will use certain method or technique. Okay, and by that method or technique, we can able to find actually there will be a change in job or not, or there will be a start of job or not. Okay, we will discuss one or two example charts also. So let us start. What are the criteria which are required to see if someone is going to have a profession or not? Look, these are the three simple things one need to see whether the native is going to start a profession or not. First one is the D1 10th lot. It is very important. D1 10th lot is very, very important because it can really, if it is involved in certain yoga, it is involved in certain Raj yoga, then it can trigger a job. It can give a job. The next thing is D10 Lagna Lord and planets in Lagna. Here we will see the Dasamsa chart, and in Dasamsa chart we will see the planets in Lagna. Dasamsa chart planet in D10 Lagna or the Lagna Lord. These two also can trigger certain events related to our career. And finally, most important, the 10th house in D10, in Dasman, the 10th house and its lord. These both are also very important when we are talking about profession. A single planet in the 10th house can really trigger certain event related to the profession. So these are the basic three things we need to check if someone is coming to us to discuss certain thing regarding the profession. First one is D1 10th lord, simple thing. D10 Lagna lord and planets in Lagna. D10 10th lord and planets in 10th house. These are the three major checkpoints we need to check when we are analyzing a chart regarding the profession. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. This is an example chart. Okay, this is an example chart. Okay, the ascendant is Capricorn ascendant, and in 10th house in D1, the native has Jupiter and Mars. Okay, the 10th lord is Venus. The 10th lord is Venus, which is in its Maranakaraka Sthana, MKS. This Venus is in its MKS in Dusthana Bhava. But it conjunct with Rahu, exalted Rahu. Okay, so the first thing is the 10th lord is Venus. Okay, next go to the D10. In D10, the Lagna is Gemini. The Lagna is Gemini. And Moon and Ketu are in Lagna. Okay, Moon and Ketu are in Lagna. And the 10th house is empty. The 10th house is empty and the 10th lord is Jupiter. The 10th lord is Jupiter. Okay, so let us analyze whether the native is going to do a business or do some kind of profession. For that, the simple technique is that count the number of planets in 7th house of D10 and 6th house of D10. Because the 6th house is all about service and 7th house is all about your business. And here you can find that there are 3 planets are in the 7th house and 2 planets are in the 6th house. So the native is going to do some kind of business. Okay. But look one thing. There is a Parivartana Yoga between Lagna Lord and 6th Lord. The Mercury, the Lagna Lord is in the 6th house and 6th Lord Ketu is in the Lagna. So whenever Lagna Lord is going to the 6th house, it is the native by its own wish is going to do the profession, going to do service or profession. So this is the first technique. We need to find if someone has more planets in the 6th house, then the native is going to do some kind of service. If more planets in the 7th house, then the native is going to do some kind of business. And more importantly, when the Lagna Lord is moving to one of these 2 places, then by choice, it is by the choice of the native, he is doing certain kind of thing. Like in this case, the native is going to do certain kind of service because of his own choice. Okay, and let us analyze the D1 10th lord. D1 10th lord is Venus, and Venus is in the 8th house. 8th house is the house of retirement. 8th house is the house of occult. 8th house is the house of where actually it is the in D10 chart it is the house of retirement. When the service is going to end, and as the Lagna Lord, as the 10th lord of D1 is going to the 8th house of D10, so the native may do any kind of research in his profession because 8th house is all about research. He can do occult things in his profession. Okay, the native can do occult things in his profession. He can do research, any kind of thing. 8th house. Or the native may wait or may always think of his retirement. After that, he can do certain kind of things because if the Lagna Lord is in the 6th house, so the native will try to end the service so that he can start business of his own. It may be a thing. Another thing is that here you will see Ketu and Rahu are in debility. Rahu is in the sign of Rahu is in the sign of Sagittarius and Ketu is in the sign of Gemini. So both the planets are in their stability, and Jupiter creating a beautiful Hams Mahapurush Yoga because the 7th lord is in the 7th house, Jupiter in his own house, Mula Trikona sign. So this will give you a clear picture that the native is going to do some kind of profession, and the end of the profession he may do some kind of business, anything related to that. And remember one thing: if the native choose to move in the direction of planet in debility, then he will get success. In D10, planets in debility will really trigger Raj Yoga. So, especially in the Antardasha of those planets. Okay, so as the theme of today is, we need to timing when the native is going to start the job. So the native Venus Dasa started. It started in 1997 and it runs up to 2017. Okay. The first job, the native did the first job in Venus moon. In Venus moon, the native really started the first job. Venus is the 10th lord and moon is in the D-10 first house. So, as I mentioned, planet in the first house of D-10 can trigger things related to career. As long as Mars Dasa came, the native left the first job and the native, when Mars started, native left the first job and he moved to studies again. And in Rahu, when Rahu again started, he again started doing the profession, another kind of profession. Okay, so here Rahu, why Rahu give the profession? Because Rahu is in debility, but it is conjoined with Jupiter, which creating a Hams Mahapurush yoga. It is creating a beautiful yoga. So when planets are conjoining, here Rahu is getting saved by this Jupiter. So this Rahu is giving the result of this Jupiter. So that is the reason why the native joined a profession during Venus Dasa and Rahu Mahadasa. Rahu Mahadasa, Venus Dasa, Rahu Mahadasa, the native started a new job. Look, here I have used Vimusatri Dasa starting from Adhanatara because here moon is placed in the 12th house. So you can try this using simple Vimusatri Dasa. Also it is working. I have checked that, but I have used this conditional Vimusatri Dasa. Let us analyze another chart. This is the chart of a teacher. Okay, this is the chart of a teacher. This native has ascendant in Pisces. Okay, so the 10th lord is Jupiter. The first is 10th lord is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the Lagna in D10, creating a beautiful is Digbali. Okay, so Jupiter is in the Lagna and Digbali. Jupiter is conjoining with Saturn, and here you just see the 6th house and 7th house. Here one planet is in 6th house, 7th house, and two planets are in 6th house. So the native is going to do some kind of profession. Okay, and remember, if moon is placed into 6th and 10th house in D10, so the native may do something related, something in government. So for government, we can say that moon must be in 2nd, 6th, and 10th house of D10. Okay, and here you can find that there is a Parivartan yoga between Sun and Saturn. Venus is in its own house. These all are showing a good kind of yoga. Okay, so the main thing is that we need to time when the profession is really going to start, and the native started the profession in Mercury Mahadasa and around Moon Antardasa. Mercury Mahadasa and Moon Antardasa. So why this native has started profession in Moon Antardasa? Because you see that this moon is in the sign of Capricorn, and the Saturn, dispositor of this moon and Rahu, is in the Lagna. So this may be the reason why he has started the profession in the period of moon dasa. Another thing is that if you are seeing any Antardasa lord which is poorly placed, if the profession is started during that period, then a lot of problems come during that period. As moon is in the Dusthana Bhava, moon is in the 6th house, and it is along Rahu Ketu axis, Mars accepting, it is creating a kind of curse on this moon. So as the profession is started in the moon Antardasa, So it definitely will give a huge amount of problem. After you may see that this is Mercury Dasa is going on. After that, Ketu will run. Ketu, you find Ketu is again involved in that scenario. So again, it is not a good period. But whenever Venus Dasa started, whenever the Venus Dasa started, Venus is in the second house. It is 10th house. So it is the period when the native will have a rise in his career. So, as in India, the teachership professional initial period is very difficult period. But after they get granted, they actually getting the money and all their efforts are getting paid off. So it is actually the Venus Dasa where there is a rise in the career. Okay. So friends, remember, the planets in the D1 first house can trigger an important event in career. Like Moon is the Antardasa Lord, but the dispositor of Moon is in the Lagna. Very important. So this Moon also can trigger event because of that dispositor. And any planet in good valor, like Jupiter, Jupiter is big valor, so it may create or trigger an event in his life. Any planet in his own house, especially planets in the 10th house, they can really trigger a major event in the native's life. You always remember that the 10th lord of D1. Here you see the 10th lord Jupiter is Digbali. So he choose the profession of teacher. And 9, the 5th house is 9, which is Jupiter in Lagna. So the profession is teacher. So similar, you need to find charts where the profession is teacher, and you need to analyze what is the combination. As I mentioned, Jupiter involved, 5th house involved, so there may be profession related to teacher. And Antardasa log, very important. The Antardasa log in which the job is started, if it is not well placed in D10, especially. So remember that job always problematic. Okay. And the 10th lord of D10 is very important. The period of 10th lord of D10, it can create Raj Yoga. Like in this case, Venus is the 10th lord. This Venus period will going to be very good. Okay. So friends, look, these are the things. D1 10th lord, D10 Lagna or Lagna Lord, planets in Lagna, D10 10th Lord, planets in 10th house. These all can really trigger major event in your career. So friends, this is all about timing of profession and job. Hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.